Some bullshit.
I have a question though before we start.
Okay.
If someone was to make a movie about us, who would play us in the said movie?
Oh shit, that is a good question.
Well, I mean, besides the obvious choice for me, Idris Elba.
Idris Elba? No.
Like, who else would play me in a movie?
No, the Pokemon kid's playing you.
Jesus Christ. Yes, he is.
I forget his
He
name.
Justice Smith.
Justice Smith.
I tweeted at him once, and I was like, "Yo, why don't we like pretend to be like brothers?" He didn't say anything back.
But if I can't pick him, because we joke about that all the time. If I can't pick him, who would I pick? Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf as me?
No, I'd pick Robert Downey Jr.
As me?
Yes.
Put him back in blackface?
Yes, Tropic Thunder.
I feel like he could capture my vibe pretty well.
Oh man! And then who would I be?
For you, you would be Josh Peck, or
yes,
or
I 100% agree with
Jake Gyllenhaal. Specifically, I don't have like a specific role.
Don't say life, because I swear to God, if you say
but no, not life. But like Jake Gyllenhaal when he's like really goofy and just out of his mind.
He's goofy. I don't think I've seen a goofy Jake Gyllenhaal movie.
Well, I mean, he's pretty goofy just like in life.
That's true.
You ever seen him in like an interview? He has no idea what the fuck is going on.
Jake Gyllenhaal's pretty attractive. I'll take it.
He is.
I'll say you could be Jaden Smith too.
How dare you, sir? How dare you make Jaden Smith?
Jaden Smith.
If it's Karate Kid Jaden Smith, then fuck yeah. But
no, it's actually
New School.
It's After Earth Jaden Smith.
That's an insult.
Mm.
I'll take Willard Smith.
Can I be played by Nick Cage?
If you want to be played by Nick Cage, you can be played by Nick Cage.
Dylan is Andrew Garfield.
Of course. Yes, that's the most spot on casting I've ever heard in my life. He is Andrew Garfield.
I think he is actually. I've never seen them in the same place at the same time.
Exactly. They're both Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Ex-Spider-Man.
Ex-Spider-Man. He's no Tom Holland. That's for sure.
Tom Holland. Who would Derek be?
I
don't even know.
Who's somebody who would just drop kick somebody out of nowhere?
Jack Black.
That's actually not bad.
Jack Black. He does all that karate stuff.
Nacho Libre.
It's like out of nowhere.
I don't know. I feel like it's close, but it's not quite.
We need some like. I don't know. We need more thinking for Derek because Derek needs like someone specific, like perfect.
Who would your brother be? Who would Bryce be?
Bryce, I feel like he would be like Michael B. Jordan. Because he kind of looks like Michael B. Jordan a little bit.
He's a lot taller than Michael B. though. That's the only thing.
How the fuck tall is Michael B. Jordan?
I'm pretty sure he's not even 6 foot. Like he's
I don't believe that for a second.
I'm gonna look it up. He's probably like 5'11".
I think he's at least 6 foot.
He's like 5'11", probably. I'm gonna look it up.
I mean, even still, if Tom Cruise can look, if he can be 6'1" in these fucking movies, you can shorten Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan probably wears heels.
Probably. That's what they do in Hollywood. Robert Downey Jr. wears heels everywhere.
Oh, he's 6 foot on.
That's exactly what I said. So again,
6 foot on the nose.
Hashtag Wade's right.
He's 5'11".
He's 5'11". They're exaggerating it.
Exaggerating.
He could do it. I mean, he kind of looks like my brother anyway.
I was gonna say last time
like Killmonger looks exactly like with the dreads and everything. He looks exactly like.
Last time I saw Bryce, he was still skinny. So it's like
he's still pretty skinny.
Yeah.
So Michael B. Jordan would probably have to lose some weight.
I was gonna say Michael B. Jordan's pretty thick. He's pretty thick.
He could do it.
I imagine Will Smith for some reason. I don't know why.
Fresh Prince Will Smith, maybe.
Yes, that's
exactly both incredibly obnoxious.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. Fresh Prince.
That would actually be pretty great. Welcome back to the first ever 20th episode of the Real Duo podcast, the most mediocre podcast on the internet. It's the first ever 20th episode,
and it's going to be the only 20th.
And it's the only 20th,
unless we just decide to restart.
All right, we could do a Real Duo reboot.
This is season 1 finale or something.
Season 1, I guess. There's even fucking seasons for this. What have you been watching this week, Devin?
Mainly Star Wars, to be honest.
Just Star Wars?
I watched the first 3 episodes on my countdown to Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah. See, even if I did, like, because I did a marathon before Last Jedi, I was just like, do I really need to watch like episode 1, 2, and 3? I did it, but like, if I did it now, I wouldn't have.
I was tempted to do the machete. Is it run or cut or whatever?
Machete cut. What?
Have you ever heard of that? The machete order. That's what.
Oh, the machine cut or whatever.
No, it's called the machete order.
The fuck are you talking about?
You watch episode 4, 5, and then you go watch 2, 3, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, and then you can throw Rogue One in there.
Why would you ever watch that?
Because for one, it cuts out episode 1 because episode 1's garbage,
and you could just not watch episode 1. You could just watch 4, 5, 6,
and then you watch 4, 5, so you get Luke, and then you don't get spoiled for the Darth Vader "I am your father" scene. And then you go back and watch 2, 3 to get Anakin's backstory, and then it all concludes in 6, and then you do 7, 8, 9.
Here's the order you need to watch Star Wars in: A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi.
What Rogue One? Rogue One's not bad.
You can throw Rogue One in there if you want.
Why do you hate
double feature?
Why are you hating on Star Wars so bad?
I'm not. It's Star Wars.
7's not bad either.
7's not bad, but it's just like you've already seen it if you watch episode 4. So just watch episode 4 twice.
Why don't you watch 7, 8, 9, and then you go back and you watch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Or you could just not do that and kill yourself, because that'd probably be the same.
I think that's all I've really been watching this week. I've been watching
Star Wars.
I've been watching that Avengers show on Disney Plus.
Yeah, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I think I remember watching a few episodes of that when it came out.
It was really.
I haven't
popular.
seen it since.
It was really popular when it came out.
Yeah, everyone says it's good, but I just haven't seen it.
I don't think I've seen anything else that I can remember. And I watched The Irishman today.
Yeah, we both watched The Irishman, and we'll have a separate video talking about that.
Yes, not on the podcast.
Not here.
What have you been watching this week?
I saw 3 distinct movies I want to talk about. The Rocketeer, which is a movie from like the 90s, which I had always wanted to see, but never got around to seeing. But since it's on Disney Plus, I was like, oh, why not? I watched it. It's so good. Yeah, it's so good. It's like Captain America if you strapped a fucking jetpack on him.
That sounds awesome, actually.
It's so good, and it's directed by the director who directed the first Avenger. So it's like it's Captain America essentially, which is cool.
He just copied what he did from Rocketeer into.
It's so good. It's so much fun, and it's so.
You say it was from the 90s?
I think it's like 94, probably.
I'd never heard of this.
It's like early mid 90s.
Never heard of this. Especially since it's a Disney thing.
It's pretty good. Well, I mean, it bombed at the box office, so that's probably why.
It makes sense.
And one of the James Bonds, Timothy Dalton, is the villain, and he does a really good job.
Shit.
But if you like family movies where the good guy gets to punch Nazis in the face, then yeah, it's a movie.
It's a movie. That's a fact.
It's a movie.
Unless it's less than an hour and a half, then it's not a movie in my mind.
I think it was like an hour 40.
All right, it's a movie. It's an official movie. That's all it takes to be a movie, is to be an hour and a half long.
Well, I mean, there's some movies I've seen that are like an hour and a half that should never be considered films.
Like was it The Shallows? It's an hour 29 minutes. It's not a movie. It's not a movie.
That's not a movie anyway. That's an excuse to show off Blake Lively's fucking body.
A CGI shark still haunts me. It's so bad. It's so bad.
The CGI shark from Jaws 3 haunts
That
me.
is the worst thing I've ever seen.
It's just a still image.
I consider that movie just a spoof of Jaws, because like it's so bad. That scene is so bad. It's
a still image. It just slowly creeps up to the glass.
Like, I feel like I could download software and not know anything about it and make a better CGI shark.
Yeah,
movie.
I probably could too.
Like
I could probably do the same. I could probably take a still image and still do a better job.
Just move it across the screen.
Just move it across in a specific way and just put tons of filters over it.
And then I remember the glass shattering, and it because that big movie, that thing with that movie was it was 3D, wasn't it? So like they had all the glass like coming towards the screen. And I'm like, this is so bad.
Dennis Quaid was in that movie.
I think he was. Yeah. That's like the only Jaws movie where the black guy doesn't die. Also, I remember that. I remember watching that.
Is that true?
It is.
Is that the only Jaws movie with a black guy in it?
Possibly.
Because I don't remember one in the first one. They had a Jaws marathon on once on like TV, and I sat down and watched all 4 of them for some reason. And when I got to the 4th one, I was like, "This is so boring. Why am I watching this?"
I've still never seen the 4th one. The second one isn't terrible.
4th one is so bad. Michael Caine's in it, and he's just like, "Oh,
Michael Caine's in it."
Yeah, he's in it for some reason.
I didn't know he was in it.
He needed money, I guess.
I guess so.
And he's just like, "Oh, I'm Michael Caine, and I gotta fight sharks." And then like Jaws shows up like twice in it, and it's called Jaws: The Revenge.
Yeah,
and it's so stupid.
I like the first one's amazing. It's one of my
great
favorite films of all
time.
I
don't remember the second one.
The second one's not terrible. It's not as bad as 3, that's for sure. It's watchable. It's not good. It's not as good as 1, but it's not as bad as 3. So
I don't remember 2. It kind of just blended together.
2 spoilers. 2 ends with him electrocuting the shark, like the shark bites that wire or whatever. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he like pulls a wire out of the ocean.
Which one ends with the shark blowing up?
That's first.
Wait. So is the shark in the second one a different shark?
Yes.
They're all different sharks.
They're all different sharks except for 3 and 4. I think that's the same shark.
Well, in 4, it's like Jaws' mom, and it's like, I want to get revenge because you killed my son, even though it has
no idea. It has no idea what that means.
Yeah, it's not a sentient being.
They die. I think they kill the shark in every single one. I don't know about 4 though, but
I don't remember what happens in 4.
Is 3? I don't know how 3 ends either.
I don't know. They don't matter. They're not canon.
I know 3 takes place in like SeaWorld.
Yeah, it does.
Which that's just horrifying.
Speaking of oceans and shit, I saw The Lighthouse finally.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I still haven't seen it.
Which was fantastic.
Is it fantastic?
Lighthouse was fantastic.
Is it better than The Irishman?
I don't know. That's something I'll have to work out when I fully make my list.
It's a debatable
because I love both of them, but The Lighthouse is just it was so dark and like miserable, but at the same time, it has some really awesome like dark humor in it.
Was it dark because it's in black and white?
No, I mean it's like there's some dark shit in it. Willem Dafoe farts a lot, which is fun.
Why that doesn't make any sense.
It's part of the movie. It makes sense when you watch the movie.
Is it like Swiss Army Man? Is that what he does?
No, I mean it's not like he doesn't like turn into a ski and Robert Pattinson fucking rides him into the ocean. That would be amazing. Honestly, like I could have the tone of the movie and what happens in the movie, I wouldn't have been surprised if that happened. If he just if all of a sudden it just turned into Swiss Army Man, I would have been like, all right, this makes sense.
He farted away into the ocean.
I'd be like, all right, this makes total sense for what this movie has set up.
People who haven't seen Swiss Army Man don't know what we're talking about, but you should just go see that.
No, yeah,
it's on Netflix.
Go watch Swiss Army Man. Swiss Army Man will change your life.
It's on Netflix. Go watch it.
Go watch it. It's amazing.
The first 10 minutes, you'll be hooked.
It's fantastic. It's best first 10 minutes in any fucking movie ever.
It really is. You if you don't watch it after the first 10 minutes, there's something wrong with it. Like people just want to know, like, what is this? What am I watching right now? But continue with The Lighthouse. Continue.
That's really great. Robert Pattinson was fantastic in it. I know everyone gives him shit because he was a sparkly vampire, but he's a great actor. He was great in Good Time. He was great in this.
Does this wait for him to
be the Batman?
Does this give you hope for the Batman?
I mean, I always thought he was a good actor.
Did he play it completely different from what you would picture the Batman? I don't know what his character
is. I mean, this isn't anywhere near like Bruce Wayne or anything. But I mean, I thought he was a good actor. Like I've always thought he was a good actor because he is. He's been in good movies. He's a good actor. Everyone just seen him in the only thing people have seen him in is Twilight. So that's all they know him as.
He's a monotone vampire in that.
Yeah, and he's been very open about the fact that he did not give a shit about those movies.
He probably didn't. He's like, I just came here for a paycheck. That's all I came
basically, for. Yeah. So now he can actually be in movies now that he actually gives a shit about, which is fun. And Willem Dafoe was he was so good. He was fantastic.
Willem Dafoe is underrated. I feel like people really don't give him enough credit.
He's fantastic. He's got a dope beard, and he's got that like old timey like I'm a sailor man like probably like voice, and he's really fun.
This is his prequel to Aquaman. That's what it was.
Oh my god, it could be.
Aquaman was trash.
Well, I don't think it would be like at the end. I don't think that would make a lot of sense.
I don't know. I haven't seen the end.
# release the Snyder Cut.
Release the Snyder Cut. And what was
the third? Well, the third movie was The Irishman, but I've also watched the newest episode of A World According to Jeff Goldblum, which I love that show. That show's great.
I saw the first two. I haven't seen the
That
newest.
show's so great because it's just Willem Dafoe just being like, what does the world mean? Oh man, and it's incredible.
What's the newest episode about? What's he talking
It's about denim.
Denim.
Yeah,
I know the first one was shoes, and the next one was ice cream.
and then he did tattoos.
Ooh. I'd love to see him comment on people's tattoos.
Yeah, that was a fun episode. He was just like, oh, why do people get tattoos?
I'm surprised he doesn't have one, to be honest.
I think, well, he kind of hints at the end. He's like, did I get a tattoo off camera in like a place you'll never see? Oh, maybe. Like in that weird Jeff Goldblum voice that
He got it on his penis.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's Jeff Goldblum.
On his asshole. His literal.
Well, that's a little much. That would hurt.
People do it.
I know people do it. Doesn't mean it doesn't hurt.
Jeff Goldblum's, he's a freak. He's a freaky.
He really is. He really is.
He's freaky.
And speaking of Disney Plus, we watched the new episode of The Mandalorian, and we'll talk about that right now.
Are we talking about it now?
Mandalore review. However, we need like a name for it.
Mandalorian Chapter 4 review.
No, we need like a name for the segment, Devin.
The Mando. The Man review. The Man review.
Jesus. The Man review? That doesn't make any sense.
Review.
The Mando review.
The Mando.
The Mandalorian review or whatever the fuck. That sounds better than the Man review. That doesn't make any sense.
I just shortened it even further from Mando to Man.
But at least people know what the fuck we're talking about.
The M review.
The M review.
The M review.
Let's just call it the review.
The review.
That's it.
All right.
How did you feel about episode 4?
I actually really liked this episode, to be honest. I liked it better than the third episode.
I did too. I thought this was
episode
actually a good episode. The one issue I had with it was that I think everything in it happened way too fast.
This was actually the longest episode. It was 41 minutes.
Really?
All the other ones were like 39 or something. So it was like 2 minutes longer.
It didn't feel like 41 minutes.
Because it went by really fast.
Because there were moments in it where like the lady's like trying to take off his helmet and he's like, they're talking about all this stuff. And I'm like, this is, for one, this whole season, everything is just happening like super fast. Like that moment is something that should have happened in like season 2. Like season 1 should have been, the whole season should have just been him as, I'm this guy, I'm the Mandalorian, I'm this bounty hunter man, and I'm doing bounty hunter stuff. And then season 2 is when you can start like, maybe like, am I really a Mandalorian? Am I like am I questioning my faith and whatever, blah, blah, blah. But it's automatic, like 4 episodes in and he's already like, maybe like whatever.
Do you think they're rushing because they thought they maybe wouldn't get renewed for a season 2?
Probably that.
With the backlash of Star Wars recently.
I mean, maybe, but at the same time, didn't we get a season 2 announcement like right as the first episode came out?
Because I'm sure they saw the numbers, like, yep, season 2.
Maybe, but it's like, but even then, it's like, make a good show, and then you'll get a season 2.
I mean,
like,
they are
making. I think
they're making a good show. Like,
I think it's a fine Star Wars show, and I like the aesthetic of it. I love the Old West vibes of it. Like there were moments in the new episode where he was just like sitting on in like a tavern, just like bring me some beer or whatever, and then he just flips the coin. And I was like, fuck yeah, like it's so good. It's like an Old West thing, and he's just like flinging the gun around and stuff. I'm like, yeah, this is great, but everything in it is just it's happening so fast. And we never really have time. Like when Gina Carano showed up, her character, we had no time to really like develop her at all. She just kind of shows up and then she's automatically like best buds with this Mandalorian, and then she leaves.
I think she'll return. I think she's a returning character.
I hope so. Because I actually liked her character, but it's just like, all right. And I think the reason I like this episode so much was that it just felt like a one-off story. It was just like, here's the Mandalorian just doing something. And I think that's kind of what the first season should have been. Just like, here's random stories of just like the Mandalorian shows up here and he does this thing for this group of guys and, like just being a bounty hunter. But like the first 3 episodes are like a story. And then this one is just kind of like its own thing. And I kind of wish the whole show was that.
I don't know. We'll have to see where it goes because I just don't know where this end is going towards.
Yeah.
Something to do with that baby. That's for sure.
That baby's good. He's got to mean something. It can't just be, I got him and now he's gone. Like it's got to mean something.
I don't know if it's like a clone or if it's like just a random Yoda species. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know either.
And I did like how they confirmed that the Mandalorian can take off his helmet to eat.
Yeah.
That was a fun little like, hey, fuck you, everyone.
Yeah, I don't know. How'd you feel about this new planet that we went to? I actually like the look of it.
What was it called?
I don't think did they say the name of it?
I don't remember. I thought they did it like once. I don't remember what it was. I mean, it looked cool.
It's not a desert planet. Finally,
I'm glad it's not another desert with another name that isn't Tatooine.
And because like the first 3 episodes, he was on just that.
Yeah, just on some random desert planet.
Yeah,
that's not Tatooine. It's like, all right, cool. Star Wars and deserts.
Why are all planets deserts? Why?
Because it's what everyone knows from Star Wars, man.
This reminded me a lot of Kashyyyk on this new planet.
Sort of, yeah. Kashyyyk, if it didn't suck.
Yeah, if it was kind of like swampy and stuff. Yeah. We saw some new droids, those skinny little walkie things.
Yeah.
And we saw some new, whatever those like wolf people are. I've never seen them.
They looked to me like the Gamorrean guards from Return of the Jedi, just like a little bit different. Like the pig face people.
Yeah, they were a lot taller. Little bit like those things were short and stubby.
Well, I mean, but it's like humans. It's like none of us, like we don't all look the same.
Yeah, I guess.
Like you can have different looking people in the same race.
I don't know. I think they're new. I think this is a new species.
It could be. I don't know. They never said. But to me, I saw it and I was like, those are those little pig fucks from the
Their nose is different too. It's not the same nose.
Is it? It looked the same to me.
They didn't have the pig nose. They had like normal.
Maybe it's something different. I don't know.
Maybe I don't know.
They didn't say.
Maybe.
And I will say the CG in this episode definitely was great. This was the first episode where I was like, this is what all the money must have went straight to this episode, because all the CG, none of the CG like took me out of it, and I wasn't like distracted by any of it. I thought this episode looked like a movie in a way, and I thought that was great.
Yeah, and they definitely needed it for what they were planning on doing for this episode, for sure. Yeah. Are we doing spoilers, I guess, or no spoilers?
I mean, is there anything really to spoil?
The thingy that they fought, I guess.
Oh, I guess we could talk about it. If you're not
expecting it,
we can talk about it briefly. Spoilers.
If you haven't seen it, you shouldn't be listening to this if you haven't seen it. But they fight an ATST, which I really wasn't expecting any of those type of things to be showing up in this show.
It's weird to hear someone say ATST, because I don't think anyone in any of the movies ever say like AT or ATST, do they?
No, not that I know of. You've always got those from like toys and stuff.
Yeah,
you figured.
I don't think we've ever actually heard someone in Star Wars call them that. And that was kind of weird. I was like, oh, okay.
I like the look of it though. It was kind of like they found it and they made it there. Those people found one and they were just like, oh, we're gonna use it. And because it's not a true Imperial ATST. It's
it looked a little different.
Yeah. But I think the CGI looked so good for that also because they did it at night.
Yeah, they were smart and they hit it.
If you did it in broad daylight, it'd probably look like trash. But
probably, yeah.
And then we talked a little bit about the one chick. How'd you feel about her? Besides that,
she was fine. I mean, they didn't really like establish her at all. She just kind of showed up and was like, "Hey, the Mandalorian and me are buddies now. Let's just go kick ass."
I think I missed something. What was her backstory? Is she like a rebel soldier? Is that what she said?
She was something. I don't remember. I don't really care. She was some other like mercenary or somebody. But somehow the Mandalorian knew who she was.
Yeah,
like broed out with her and was
I was confused on why he like saw her and was like, all right, I need to fight this chick.
Yeah, there was one sentence and I was like, all right, this is a bullshit reason, but whatever.
I think I missed that because I was like, what? Why are they friends? And I was like, okay.
I also felt there were too many moments of the Mandalorian where he kind of felt out of character, where he kind of felt like a little bit more like fun and sarcastic. Because like in the first like 3 episodes, he's this like stoic, like monotone guy, and in this, he's like, "Oh, let's fucking go! Like, let's kick ass!" and blah blah blah. I'm like, that's a little weird.
I did laugh at the very beginning when that Baby Yoda, he was like, "Don't touch anything," and then he just like slowly leans over and flicks the switch. I actually laughed out loud at that because I thought that was funny. That freaking Baby Yoda is so adorable. If they kill it, I'm gonna be so pissed.
There was the point where I thought they were gonna kill it, and I was like, okay, wow.
I thought they were too. I was like, that is ballsy.
But of course, they didn't do that.
What would you have done if they'd actually just shot?
I would have stood up and applauded my television. Be like, hey, I did not expect that.
But then I would for sure be like, you complain, like, now where's the story going?
No, I mean, I still have no idea where the fuck the story's going, but at least it's like, oh, that's something that like you killed a baby. in Star Wars.
He's not a baby. He's 50.
He's a baby.
He's 50 years
He's
old.
a 50-year-old baby.
He's Benjamin Button.
He's an old man baby.
He's an old man baby. Overall, though, I enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna have to rewatch this show after it's over. To be honest,
I think I will too. I definitely will because I think it'll work better and I think it'll flow better and make more sense all at once.
Yeah, but I haven't been too upset with the weekly showing.
I mean, it's fun, but it's just like if you're gonna put a show out weekly, I need to know what the fuck is going on every episode.
I have a sense of what's going on. I just don't know what the.
I had some sense, and then he gave up the Baby Yoda, and I was like, all right, so that's not the story anymore. So like we're starting a whole new story. Like what?
He didn't give up the Baby Yoda.
He left him on the planet.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No.
It ended, and he left the little baby on the planet because he was like, this is a kid belongs here or whatever.
I don't think you watched the end because that didn't happen.
I did watch the end.
No, because that dude showed up with the tracking device and was going to shoot the baby. And
then they killed him.
Yeah, and the Mandalorian's like, I can't leave him here because they all know he's here. So they have to.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, he has to leave with him.
Well, fuck. Now I hate this episode even more because they should have gave that baby up.
No, they didn't give the baby up.
For some reason, well, I guess I imagine that because it's a better ending. Just give the baby up. That's not your baby.
I'm glad I told you that because you'd be really confused in the episode.
Yeah, like,
why is the baby back?
he did that Leia thing and left. He's attached to the ship.
So yeah, he's got to leave the planet because he's got to find somewhere else to keep it.
I guess. So I guess this whole show is just him escorting this baby.
Maybe he'll end up on Dagobah and just be like, "Here you go, baby."
I mean, maybe that'd be a little ironic.
It would be ironic. I still have a feeling he's gonna like find Luke and be like, "Here you go, here's this baby."
And we're gonna get CG Mark Hamill.
No, I think they'll pull like a Superman, like they won't show his face.
It'll just cut off right here.
Maybe that, or like they'll just have his back to him. You know,
I mean, maybe they could. They could.
I don't think Mark Hamill would do this show for some reason.
He might. He does all these stupid cartoons and shit that he's in.
Maybe, but I feel like they just use a body double if they were gonna do that.
Yeah, maybe.
Because he is training the new Jedi at this point. This is after episode 6, so he may have a Jedi council or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe the baby dies at the end of the show. I don't know.
Maybe the baby's dead and all of it just means nothing because that's life.
That's life. Maybe the Baby Yoda will show up in episode 9. Who knows?
No. It'll be like a teenager.
It'll be Prime Yoda.
Prime Yoda.
Yoda Prime.
He's like, "Hey guys, what's up?" And then he fights the fucking Emperor again. Holy shit.
That's how it'll be.
We solved the plot, J.J. Abrams. You're not clever.
At the end of the Mandalorian, it turns out this is just a clone of Yoda, and then they're like, "Okay,
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it turns out to be a clone of Yoda."
You wouldn't be surprised.
I think you're kind of like on the mark with that.
I don't know. I think it's more he's just a random Yoda.
I don't think they would ever just be like, because now if it's a clone, that means they can put Yoda in new movies and have Yoda in new movies, and they're not going to miss the opportunity of bringing back Yoda.
Who cloned him?
It could be anybody.
And why?
How long was Yoda on Dagobah? Anybody could have just went there in his sleep when he's in his little hut or whatever, taking a dumb nap. Just
technically, when this baby was born, he was still in Coruscant on the prequels. So,
okay, somebody could have on Coruscant or whatever. I'm sure, like maybe Jedis have physicals or something. I don't know, and then they like take some DNA or whatever. I don't know.
Somebody was just walking behind.
They'll make it work.
And a piece of hair fell out. Now
they'll figure out a way to do it. I don't know, but I wouldn't put it past them to make this a clone of Yoda.
I hope not. I'd rather
if it's just some random baby, why make it part of Yoda's race?
Just because it's cool. We've never seen another Yoda besides
it is cool, but at the same time, it's like you could make that Yoda. Just make another Yoda.
I don't want it to be Yoda, though. I'd rather be just.
I don't either. But it's fucking Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy, and she's like, "Oh, everyone knows Yoda."
So that means at one point there were 2 Yodas running around. If that's true, because they were both alive at the same time for a little bit.
Yeah.
I wonder if if this is true in episode 9, Force Ghost Yoda will show up and be like, "Luke, there's another one of me."
I'd be like, "Yo, that ain't me. That's a little dumb baby me."
What if they did this, but this Yoda turns out to be evil?
Ooh, that would be fun. I would be okay with that if he grows up to be just like an asshole.
Yeah.
What if Emperor Palpatine gets that baby, and he's been raising him for all these years, and then episode 9 that Yoda baby is the villain.
It could be. We don't.
I would honestly love that movie if they did that.
I feel like
that'd be incredible.
They wouldn't do that just because they'd be like, okay, you have to watch The Mandalorian for this to make sense.
I mean, they want everyone to watch The Mandalorian anyway. Now that you have a reason, go watch The Mandalorian.
It's true, but picture people going to episode 9 and be like, what? There's a baby Yoda. What?
It doesn't matter. It's Star Wars. It doesn't matter.
Nothing matters.
There's an evil baby Yoda.
Maybe. I wonder if it like if this has happened, he'd like get flashbacks to The Mandalorian and be like, oh, I remember that.
I remember that time when that faceless man carried me across the solar system.
When I was a baby.
I was a little baby. I was a 50-year-old baby.
50-year-old baby. So that's been The Mandalorian Theories.
The Mandalorian, episode 4.
Review and theories.
And theories, I guess.
For the future. We'll see. I feel like if he is a clone, though, this opens up way more things because we haven't seen clones in canon Star Wars, have we? We've seen it in the extended universe, but not in
what we have 3 movies that have clones in them, Devin.
Okay, that's true. I didn't think about that. I'm talking about like just main characters being clones.
Yeah, we haven't, but we still have the cloning as a part of the universe.
I wasn't even thinking about that. You're right. 100%. You're right.
You just watch these movies.
You're right. I try to block them out of my mind.
I mean, we all do. I don't blame you.
You're right. Have you watched the show yet? The Clone Wars show?
No, I haven't watched the fucking show yet.
It's on Disney Plus.
I don't like TV. You know that.
Really good. It's long. It's 6 seasons, but
God damn it.
It's good. It's better than the prequels.
I'm sure it is. Everything's better than the prequels.
So you should watch it. Got a lot of shows you need to catch up on.
Sure.
All right, that was 30 minutes of bullshit. All right, you ready to get into the news?
Movie news. I got a belly full of turkey, and I'm hopefully gonna try and stay awake. And I got my Coke, sponsored by Coca-Cola.
You wish. That was perfect.
On my computer,
that was a perfect opening.
I know it was.
Like it sounded like perfect from an actual commercial.
Yo, Coke, if you want to sponsor us for real, I will drink this shit like every day for the rest of my life. Just Coke is amazing.
$10 every time we
don't even give me money. Just give me like a pack of Skittles and I'll promote your shit.
I
love classic Coke so much.
I don't think they own Skittles. I don't think they could just give you a pack of Skittles.
They can give me some just like Skittles on the side. They don't have to own it.
What they send you a pack of Coke and then with some cocaine.
Give me a 6-pack of Coke signed by Nicolas Cage and I'll promote your shit for the rest of my life. Original classic Coke is the best thing ever created. I love it.
Wade is not actually sponsored, so this is the truth he's speaking of. Right,
we're not sponsored.
Yeah.
If we were sponsored, I would not be in my bedroom right now.
We'd be in a studio.
Hell yeah.
Trying way too hard for this. That's what we.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got? What's your news?
There's not a lot of news. It's been a slow week because of the giving thanks.
Giving thanks.
There was something that piqued my interest. The Max live action adaptation being produced by Channing Tatum.
The Max? What is this?
The Max. Remember I talked about the Max on one of these episodes? He's like a comic book character.
Oh yes, I do. I remember this now.
Yeah. Apparently there's a live action. It's up in the air right now whether it's going to be a TV show or a movie, but there's a live action adaptation coming produced by Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
He's all out for that. I say
he doesn't have Gambit anymore. He needs another comic book thing to promote.
Is he going to star in it too? He's going to produce it.
Honestly, he would be like the Max is kind of like big, buff, and dumb. He could do it.
You saying Channing Tatum's dumb?
He looks dumb. He's got a big dumb face.
Wow. I hope Channing Tatum doesn't hear about this. He come beat you up.
Beat me up, Channing Tatum.
You could say on Twitter you got beat up by Channing Tatum.
Yeah, I'll sue you.
I'll sue you.
I'll take all your money.
You want to lay one finger on Justice Smith over here.
Yeah.
Sue him.
Hell yeah.
Sue him.
You won't have a career anymore, and I'll be in Jurassic World 3. So go fuck yourself.
You know what? Honestly, people wouldn't even notice if they swapped you two out.
They really wouldn't.
But I don't know if you could scream like he does. That's the only thing.
No, I can't.
You can't do that.
I'm too calm to scream anyway. I'd be like, there's dinosaurs coming.
It's not real. It's CG.
It's all fake. This matters.
And then it cuts, or they'll kill you in the movie.
They'll kill me. They'll kill me in real life.
They get a real dinosaur to eat you. All right, film it. Film it.
That'd honestly probably be worth it.
It'd be worth it. Put it on your gravestone. Died by dinosaur.
Yeah. How many people do you know have been killed by dinosaurs?
I don't know. It's probably a top secret government thing. Probably.
Exactly. I'll be the first one.
That's what Jurassic World 3 is about. Because it's always about the government.
Hell yeah.
It's always about the government. Do you want this show to happen or movie?
I'd be if it sticks close to the comics, because I know the animated series was like each episode was like an issue of the comic. So it was like the first 13 issues or so of the comic. If it sticks to the first 13, I'm fine, because the Max kind of goes off the rails after that. So if it's just like that again, I'd be totally fine with it. Or if they just do like their own thing with it and just make a new story. It needs to be really, if it's a TV show, it needs to be surreal. It needs to be kind of funny, and it needs to be weird.
Weird? How weird?
Like real weird.
Like Nicolas Cage weird?
Like Nicolas Cage on acid weird.
Holy shit, that's weird.
Like it needs to be pretty weird.
So weirder than him running in a bear suit to punch somebody.
I mean, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's Nicolas Cage on acid, Devin.
I don't think he was on acid. I think that was just Nicolas Cage.
He was on acid in real life. He's always on acid.
Oh, that makes so much sense now. It makes so much sense.
I prefer a movie just because you could do it in like 2 hours and get it done with. Because if they do a TV show, it'll probably be like, oh, we're going to do like 6 seasons.
We're going to do 6 seasons.
Still a movie.
And each episode's an hour, and each season has 20 episodes.
Yeah, fuck that. We don't need that. That's too much Max.
That's too much Max. There's not enough source material. Every episode is a line of the comic.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We don't need that. Fuck that. Make it a movie.
Make it a movie. What if they ask you to direct it? Ooh.
I'm not directing shit from comic book movies, all right? Because all these goddamn comic book fans will be like, "Oh, his suit looks a little different. It's supposed to be like bright pink. Instead, it's like salmon."
That's not your job. That's the costume designer.
Well, they yell at me because I'm the fucking face of the movie.
That's true.
And I'd be like, "Y'all need to like stop. I made a good movie. All right, fuck you. Enjoy things."
What if Martin Scorsese wrote a script and then died, and then they were like, "You need to direct this movie"?
I wouldn't touch that script for one. But I just imagine me making a comic book movie and then Martin Scorsese seeing it and being like, "Fuck you, this ain't cinema." We're like, all right, whatever, cool.
Even if you make like the greatest thing ever, it's not cinema.
Yeah, be like, "Fuck you, you're not a filmmaker.
You're not real.
You ain't shit.
You're fake.
Like, all right,
you're the Illuminati. You're the epiphany to all movies." I want to see Martin Scorsese make a comic book movie.
He was gonna do Joker, then he dropped out of that.
I want to see him do it.
He was like, "Oh, I can't make a character that evolves into a comic book character," and I was like, "That doesn't make any sense."
Make him do Ant-Man 3. That'd be amazing.
Oh my God, dark and gritty Ant-Man.
Yeah, there you go. Get Peyton Reed out.
Robert De Niro is gonna be the villain.
He's got to be in it somewhere. So.
Oh my God, I'd be totally okay with that.
Let's see, what do I got? I got Elizabeth Banks will direct
this as well.
Will direct and star in The Invisible Woman for Universal. Is this their monster universe? Is this part of it?
I assume everyone's been saying it's going to be part of the Dark Universe. I don't know, because there's also an Invisible Man movie coming out soon that's not a part of the Dark Universe. So I saw the trailer. That's kind of up in the air right now.
I saw the trailer for that Invisible Man movie.
Yeah. And everyone's losing their minds over this because they're like, "Oh, it's a fucking Invisible Woman. Why you got to be a woman?" Blah, blah, blah. But to be completely fair, there was a movie in the 40s called The Invisible Woman, and this is just a remake of that. So it's not like they're taking The Invisible Man and just being like, "Oh, let's do it with a woman." There's an actual source for it.
Now, it would be extremely bad if they did the invisible transgender.
I mean, we don't know. This could be a transgender person. It's 2019.
Well, what if they called it The Invisible Transgender?
That's an awful title for one.
The Invisible Trans.
Invisible Trains? Like Ghostbusters?
Trans.
I mean, that's a bad title as well.
I think there would be an uproar. People would riot in the streets.
Probably, or they just wouldn't see it because it wouldn't matter.
It'd be both. There'd be riots in the streets and they wouldn't see it.
Probably, yeah.
What else you got?
I mean, I'm fine with this movie. Elizabeth Olsen's pissed that her Charlie's Angels movie didn't do very well, so she's like, I'm just gonna do whatever until it sticks. But whatever.
Nobody cares about Charlie's Angels, though.
Nobody's cared about Charlie's Angels since the show, and nobody cared about that show.
Exactly. Nobody's ever cared about Charlie's Angels.
And she's like, oh, this is really powerful because it's all women.
No, it's
and I'm
not.
Like, all right, whatever.
I can tell you from the trailer, it's trash.
It's trash. It's an excuse to show off attractive women. That's
even
it.
have to watch it. It's trash.
It's fucking trash.
It looks like Ghostbusters.
It looks like Girlbusters.
Girlbusters, that's what I meant.
Get your fucking movies right.
Girlbusters. I didn't even watch Girlbusters. I know that's bad.
I've seen enough of it. I'm not going to watch that whole movie. I'm not going to give that movie my time.
It's not worth it.
It's not. That's all the movie news I have.
That's all you got?
Again, it was a slow week.
I got the Fugitive Remake is happening with
what?
Albert Hughes as the director.
What? Who's going to star in this fucking thing?
I don't know. I hope they bring back freaking Harrison Ford.
Well, it's not a remake then if Harrison Ford's in it.
You can remake it with Harrison Ford.
The Fugitive 2, and now he's old as shit.
He's old.
Could you imagine that waterfall scene with old ass Harrison Ford jumping off a waterfall?
It'd be amazing. I'd totally.
If
that's the trailer, I'd go watch it.
Oh my god. He would actually have to do it though, because
in
the first one it was a really bad dummy. You could tell.
It was. That's how he commits suicide. He just jumps off the waterfall.
That's how Harrison Ford is going to commit suicide one of these days.
That's what I'm saying.
You're like, I'm done with these fucking movies.
Off the waterfall and they film it, and they're like, all right, get it. We're putting it in the film.
I ain't making no more Star Wars.
Even though they killed me off. He has dementia and he forgot about it.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Why are we making The Fugitive? They made a spin-off to The Fugitive called U.S. Marshals, and it was fucking terrible. Leave The Fugitive alone.
I don't know. I think they're trying to play off the Blade Runner, even though Blade Runner 2049 did not make them a lot of money.
Yeah. Both Blade Runner movies failed horribly at the box office.
Critically, though, they did pretty good.
Critically, they were fine, but that doesn't matter.
I don't know.
It's all about the money.
Maybe they ran out of ideas, right? And they were going through a stack of movies and they just picked one out. And all right, we're making this.
But why not just do a Man on the Run story? Why does it have to be called The Fugitive? And why does it have to be based on the fucking movie? It's not like it's a Man on the Run story, but it's called The Fugitive. Oh, now I'm gonna go see it. Like, no, if it looks good, I'll go see it. Why does it have to be called that?
Make another Taken movie.
Don't do that.
Taken 5.
Taken 4.
Is it 4? Is that would that be the next one?
It'll be T and then the 4 as the A and then
T4.
T4kin.
And then my last one's Star Wars news. So
what is the Star Wars news?
Alan Horn.
Is this? Oh no, this is something else.
Alan Horn teases a possible Mandalorian movie.
Okay, can the show like finish before we even start talking about?
I don't want more about the Mandalorian. I don't know
if it's about this character. Like, this character has a show. His story is going to be in the show, and if it's about another random Mandalorian, I don't fucking want it.
Like, we don't need a movie. If you're doing a show, just put whatever you're going to do in the movie in the show.
Just make it a show.
It's fucking
Jesus Christ. This is the problem that Disney has right now with Star Wars, where they're just like, hey, let's just fucking do everything. It's like, no, slow down. Take notes from Jon Favreau or whoever, and just like make good movies.
They'll make a spin-off show about that Baby Yoda.
I honestly wouldn't be fucking surprised. That Baby Yoda, this is not the last time we're seeing that Baby Yoda. No, he's gonna show up in something.
They've teased that he's gonna be in season 2, so
he'll be in the movies eventually at some point.
He'll be in the movies. I don't know. I don't know where this goes with Star Wars, but once something sticks with Star Wars, Disney beats it.
It's like, we gotta do it. Rogue One works, so let's make 15 movies about Han Solo.
I mean, that's why they're making the Cassian Andor show.
I know.
Rogue One was a mild success.
They're like Warner Brothers. One thing is successful, and they're just like, we gotta do this forever.
And then Solo crash and burn. They're like, all right, let's not do that.
Let's not do that. But then let's just do it again 2 years later.
Well, everybody's forgot about it by then. We'll do it again. We'll try it again.
everyone has forgotten about Solo, but at the same time, gone but never forgotten.
Like my Star Wars rewatch, I'm skipping Solo. I'm not watching it. So
good.
I'm going from 3 to Rogue One.
That's exactly what it deserves.
I'm not watching it. I don't even know if I consider it canon because it's so bad.
It's not. I don't even think Disney considers it canon anymore.
The only good thing about it is
Darth Maul.
No, is Lando being played by Donald Glover.
Donald Glover. That is good.
I don't consider Darth Maul a good thing in that movie.
I mean, it was fun.
I remember coming out of that, you were like, that wasn't Darth Maul.
Because it didn't look like Darth Maul. He looked different, and he looked kind of yellowish. And I was like, oh, that's his brother. That's his dumb brother with a dumb name.
No, that was Darth Maul.
How the fuck was I supposed to know that's Darth Maul? They never say his name.
He had the mechanical legs.
I never noticed that.
He had the mechanical legs.
And I'm not going to watch this movie to go back and look.
No, you can.
So I'm just going to take everyone's word for it.
You can just watch the Clone Wars, and then you.
Or I can just watch the Clone Wars, or I can just not do any of that.
Do whatever the fuck you want. You can just go die in a pit.
I'm going to go watch Daredevil for the 15th time.
No, quit watching Daredevil. Watch new stuff.
No.
Watch The Irishman again.
I could. I'd have to like plan my whole day around that though.
You would. It's all I got. It's all the movie news I got.
I have. Why did I put that under Marvel news? I do have one more piece of movie news. Okay. I put it under Marvel news for some reason.
All right.
Apparently, there's a Michael Jackson biopic in the works.
Ooh, I think I've heard of this actually. I would totally go watch
this. I would totally watch. I would watch the fuck out of this if it's like a raw, R-rated, no holds barred Michael Jackson biopic. But I have a feeling it's going to be more like Bohemian Rhapsody, where it's like tame and it's PG-13 and it's just like, oh, here's some like greatest hits, and we're just lip syncing to Michael Jackson music.
The only thing with this is that I feel like Michael Jackson's too new. He's not really new of a star. People won't take kindly to whoever they cast for this.
I mean, too new of a star. He's been around for like 20-something years.
I know. He passed away, 2009 or something?
Yeah.
But still, I feel like he's just like, it's too recent. People aren't going to take kindly to it.
I don't give a fuck. I want a hard R.
Who do you cast for this?
Just get somebody. But see, this is where it does kind of get into sketchy territory, because it's like, do you cast a black man? And then if it's about his life, do you put a black man in whiteface, or do you just cast a white man and do it in the later parts of his life? That's going to be really fascinating.
Do you cast two people?
Or you can cast two people, which would be confusing as all hell. Get Doug Jones.
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. He's proven he can play multiple races.
Like, it's not going to be taken kindly to whatever happens.
I don't know. I mean, that's like making a Bill Cosby biopic right now. I'd be okay with it.
If
it's a movie, who gives a shit?
If I were casting, I would cast a black dude because Michael Jackson is black.
Yeah.
I don't know how I would handle. That's the director's thing. How you'd handle when he bleaches himself, but that's a director's choice. But I'm gonna assume they would do it, not actually bleach the guy, but
no, like, I'm gonna fucking bleach him.
You're
white now.
You're gonna be authentic.
Right now.
I'm sure they would do makeup or something. I mean,
yeah, they're gonna do makeup and prosthetics and stuff.
I mean, like white chicks did it.
It was also 10 years ago, Devin. And also, people don't care when black people put whiteface on because it's not racist.
Because it's a girl.
And it's a girl.
I don't know. I think people might be okay with it just because they know, like, that's actually what happened. Like, that's what happened. That's his life. I don't know.
I'm fine with it. I'm fine. Like, I'm fine with just whatever. Just make a good movie. I don't care. I don't care if you get like an Asian person and make him black. Just like make a great movie, and I don't care.
Get Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan. He's got the moves down. The Michael Jackson like arm moves and shit. He'd be an awful actor in that movie. But
I was gonna say, do you cast somebody based on their dance moves or like their singing, or how well
I'm sure they could learn some of those dance moves?
I mean, obviously
it'd be hard, but they're
not actually gonna sing. The actor, they'll dub it.
I want an actor. I don't want like, oh, I'm a Broadway dancer and I know how to do all this stuff. I want an actor.
Get Hugh Jackman.
Get Hugh Jackman. He's a sing dance man. He's too big though. You need like a lanky motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like a really skinny, like lanky bitch.
Andrew Garfield.
Get who's the dude who played Everybody Hates Chris? Get that kid.
Oh, I don't know his name, but I know who you're talking about.
Get that kid. He's really lanky.
Get that kid.
Get him.
Get Terry Crews. He's not lanky at all.
Way too big. Are you fucking kidding me? Imagine Terry Crews wearing the small Michael Jackson outfits, doing the moonwalk and shit.
I'd be terrifying if he was in the Thriller thing. And
like, oh my god,
the zombie. If a zombie looked like Terry Crews, I would just give up.
And I would love if they did something like Rocket Man-esque, where the whole movie is like a musical. Like it's just a flat out like, hey, here's all these musical numbers and shit in it. I think that'd be really cool. Because I think biopics need like a new thing. And I think what Rocket Man did was like a new thing that kind of revitalized biopics. And I want more of that. I don't just want like, oh, Michael Jackson was a little boy and then he got famous and then he died. I don't want that because that's boring. That's what every biopic is now.
I don't know. Bohemian Rhapsody started a revolution with biopics, I feel like.
Well, I mean, biopics have always been around.
Yeah, but like there's a lot more recently than there have been.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot coming out now.
Resurgence.
Bohemian Rhapsody. I haven't seen it, but I've seen clips of it. It looks really bad.
It's really not that bad. You should watch it.
It looks awful.
It's really not.
And I'm also not going to support it because Bryan Singer like directed it or whatever, and he likes to touch babies or whatever. So
you don't have to support it. You can still watch it. You can.
That's supporting the movie, giving it my eyes and my attention.
Don't pay any money for it.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I just don't want to watch it. I just don't care about it. I like Queen, but like I'll just listen to the fucking records.
It's a good story. They actually touch on things that actually happen and what's his face a lot.
And I don't like Rami Malek, the dude who plays Freddie Mercury. I don't like his face. He's got one of the weirdest faces I've ever seen.
he plays Freddie Mercury really well.
I've heard he does, but his eyes are disturbing, and I hate him.
Oh my gosh. You're such a nitpicker.
That's not a nitpick.
It's
not my fault. His face looks
100%. I'm not gonna watch this movie because the actor's eyes look weird. Like, what the? How's that not a
kind of important?
Nitpick?
He's the guy I'm gonna be looking at through 90% of the movie. That's kind of important that he doesn't look like a fucking demon.
It's all part of the act. Is that all your movie news?
Freddie Mercury didn't look like a demon. That's all the movie news.
All right. What else you got? You got any TV or game news?
I do not.
All right. Marvel or DC? What we starting with?
I have DC news. Do you have any Marvel news? Because I don't.
I have a couple Marvel news.
Let's do Marvel news.
I have 3. 2 of them are about Moon Knight. So
shit.
So I don't know who this character is, but Bushman is going to appear. Going to appear in Moon Knight.
I mentioned Bushman in the last episode when we talked about that other villain who I had no idea who that was. Bushman is kind of like sort of Moon Knight's like arch nemesis in a way. And there's some really like graphic stuff that happens to Bushman in the comics that's really gross and fucked up. I think he gets his like face like shredded off or something.
Jesus.
It's real fucked up. So I mean that's cool. And I hope this show goes that extra mile and is like hard R, just like fuck it. But I don't think it will be.
I hope so too. I don't know. The Mandalorian's a lot more mature than I thought it was going to be, so it's giving me a little hope.
It's more serious. I wouldn't necessarily say it's more mature.
It doesn't have that Disney vibe to it.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't have a Disney like, oh, we're family friendly, but it's not like let's people are getting
obliterated with a freaking rifle. Like,
I mean, that's Star Wars. There's also slavery in Star Wars, and people are fine with that.
That's Star Wars.
I mean, like nobody's getting their face fucking cut off.
I guess.
Star Wars.
I guess maybe they'll just move it to Hulu. Moon Knight.
Put it in, honestly, that's probably a better place for it. Hulu.
They might. You never know.
It doesn't belong on Disney happy ass fucking Disney Plus with all this family stuff.
I mean,
Moon Knight does not belong there.
This is part of my other I guess this will link into one of my other newses. We'll skip the other Moon Knight thing. We'll come back to it. But they're putting the Fox X-Men movies on Disney Plus. Maybe they might.
All of them.
See, that's the thing. Do you put Deadpool and Logan on there?
I guarantee you they will only put the PG-13 ones on there. I do not see them putting the hard R-rated Logan on Disney Plus. I do not see it because they have Fox movies already that are R-rated that are not on Disney Plus, and they're not putting those movies on Disney Plus.
I know, but like PG-13, even then, there's some F-bombs dropped on a lot of X-Men movies.
There is. I think they're fine with F-bombs.
Do you think, though, I think Disney Plus, if they're going to do this and they want to keep it kid-friendly, they should have a parental guide lock thing on it, maybe? I don't know.
I mean, maybe just fucking put it on there. It's not like kids know who Deadpool is. They've probably seen the movies. Why are we like acting like, oh man, like you can't show your kids Deadpool? I'm sure I was reading Deadpool comics when I was like 8. And like I know who Deadpool was.
Look how you turned out.
Yeah, I know. I turned out like a fucking mess.
Some people are saying though that they should just dump them on a Hulu instead, which might be better.
I mean, that'd probably be best, but just put them on fucking Disney Plus. Who cares?
Plus, I think they may not want to put it on Disney Plus, not to confuse with the MCU, because it'd be under the Marvel tab and be like, is this MCU or is this not MCU?
Well, I mean, doesn't the Marvel tab, if you actually click on that, it says like Marvel Cinematic Universe and then like the other stuff? They could just separate them.
I guess.
MCU, then X-Men movies, and then whatever.
I guess. I don't know.
And also, nobody likes the X-Men movies. So like, I don't think if they put Logan and Deadpool on that, I don't think people would give a shit because nobody likes that series.
Days of Future Past. People like that one.
Sure, put that one on there.
There's an F-bomb in there, isn't it?
I think so. I don't remember where, but yeah, probably.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, there is. When he shows up, he's like, "Oh, we met you like 10 years ago, and you told us to fuck off."
Yeah,
which is not what he said in that movie, but whatever.
He said, "Go fuck yourself."
He said, "Go fuck yourselves." Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how that'll work. I think they should start pushing more for mature stuff so they can make mature shows and mature movies.
I don't understand why is Disney so afraid of the R rating.
I don't think it's that. I think they just want Disney Plus to be wholesome more than anything.
It's got to be wholesome.
I mean, imagine
they also have The Simpsons on there. The Simpsons isn't exactly like family friendly.
No, it's not. But imagine you're scrolling through Disney Plus and you're like, oh, look, it's Toy Story. And then next to it is Deadpool 2. Like, come on.
I just picture Toy Story. And then next to that is Logan.
Yeah.
This happy family kids movie. And then right next to it is this violent movie about an aging superhero in his final days murdering people.
And he dies at the end.
Like, hell yeah. I would love that. That'd be amazing.
But like, Disney needs to start doing that. Otherwise, their streaming service will die. People aren't going to want to watch kid-friendly things all the time.
Yeah, I think Disney. This is going to be a really interesting time because it's like, are we going to see a Deadpool 3 that's R-rated? Are we going to get more Wolverine movies that are R-rated? Are they going to take that extra step? And if they don't, I think that's going to hurt Disney.
I think it will too, because even though you have Fox and you can release stuff under it, people are going to want to watch. If Deadpool 3 is a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, people are going to want that on Disney Plus. Be like, hey, you have all the other ones. Why don't you put Deadpool 3 on here?
Yeah, exactly. So this is a really interesting time for Disney and Marvel right now.
Plus, if they make an R-rated Wolverine movie, which I think Disney might do it if it's under Marvel. But the thing is, I don't know if they put it on Disney Plus, which is where some people, that's where they watch Marvel movies. They don't own them. They want to watch them on Disney Plus.
It's kind of weird. Like, why have Disney Plus if you're not going to put all your movies on it? Like, what's the point? I'll just go buy it on Blu-ray or something.
I'm sure they have a ton of Fox movies they could just dump on there.
They do, like Predator and shit, which is Fox as well, and they're not on there.
The only one I've seen is Avatar. That's the only one I've seen that's on there.
There's a couple smaller Fox movies on there that I've seen.
That's the only.
But Avatar is like the biggest one I've seen.
So like they need they need a Fox tab, to be honest, in their section,
or just like a mature tab, just like, hey, like adults only or whatever. That sounds like porn, but just put like 18 plus or whatever on there. So like, keep your kids out, you fucks.
I mean, like, you can make it password protected, I guess. Where I don't know.
I mean, that's up to the parents. I don't think Disney can do that.
Well, like, I think you could have settings to be like, okay, lock this. Don't let it be accessed.
I mean, maybe, yeah.
Like, if you like have Disney Plus for your kids, you could just be like, okay, lock this tab.
Yeah.
Or you could lock it to where those movies don't even appear on Disney Plus, so you can't even see them on there.
Well, yeah, and they could do a Netflix thing where doesn't Netflix have like Netflix Kids where it only shows like kid stuff? They could do that.
Yeah. So I don't get it. Disney needs to branch out a little with their streaming.
They do. They need to put the dark as fuck Planet of the Apes movies on there, which they're all PG-13, but they're all dark as shit.
Yeah, they
put them on there.
They do. I own all of them, but it's okay. So yeah, they need to put the regular Planet of the Apes on there, then I could watch those, the originals.
Yeah, they put the original 5 on there, which are also extremely dark.
Put those on there, and I'd watch them.
Don't put the Tim Burton movie on there.
I don't know. Maybe there's still like lag for the Fox movies, but I would say that, but then they have Avatar in there. So like,
I mean, they have. So it's not that they're like, oh, we can't really like put them on there because they have them.
But like, is there PG-13 movies that they could just throw on there right now? Besides like Planet of the Apes and stuff, but like, why don't they just?
Fox has a ton of.
I know. So like, I don't understand why they're not on Disney Plus. I just don't know. I don't know. Because I saw a review for Disney Plus the other day, and it's 100% true. Once you go through all those movies, you watch them once, you're not going to want to watch them again anytime soon. So
yeah, most of the movies on there are like nostalgic stuff where you're just going to watch it and be like, oh, I remember this is cute, whatever. Then you're never going to touch it ever again.
Yeah, and the only thing that's going to keep people coming back are your shows. If you keep making shows, and then if you put other stuff on there, you can't just have Pixar and Disney movies on there.
I hope eventually. I hope maybe like a year from now they'll wisen up and be like, all right, let's put some like actual like adult shit on here.
Yeah,
I hope so, but I don't know.
Because it'd be nice to have all the Disney owned and Fox stuff in one place. That's a large majority of movies right there.
It is. It's quite a bit.
It'd be nice to have, and then probably Netflix would have the majority of everything else. So
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see where it goes, but that was a little rant we just kind of went on there. And then my last Moon Knight news is a possible actor has entered the field for possibly being Moon Knight.
Who is it?
I don't think you'll be too happy about it, but I think it'd be a freaking amazing.
So can't fucking Keanu Reeves again?
No. Andrew Lincoln.
I mean, I'm not like upset about that. I just don't see. I can't picture Andrew Lincoln outside of The Walking Dead. Like he's just been doing that so long that
I don't know if you've seen The Walking Dead scene where he's in the prison and he goes nuts. He's literally perfect as Moon Knight. Like,
I mean, I'm not doubting. I'm not like judging his acting abilities or anything. I'm just saying like he's so cemented in Walking Dead right now that I can't see him as anything else.
Though that scene or though that season where he's just nuts and he's like seeing his dead wife and he's freaking out and he's hearing people talk to him on the phone and stuff, like it's perfect. Like I could totally see him being.
I mean, I'll absolutely, yeah. I mean, if they want him, I'd be totally.
The only thing is
that.
though, he might be a little too old. I don't know. He's like,
how old is he?
I think he's like in his 40s, but he's got like gray hair and shit, so like, he looks older than he is.
I mean, I don't know how old Moon Knight's supposed to be. I always pictured Moon Knight as like maybe like mid-30s. But I'm sure he could do it.
I don't know. I feel like they want to cast young though to keep this Moon Knight around.
Keep it going for a while. Yeah. But it'd be cool to have like an old crazy as fuck Moon Knight though.
I don't know. Like I'd be completely fine if Andrew Lincoln was Moon Knight. But
I mean, again, I don't really know him from anything. I've only really seen him in Walking Dead. I'm sure he's a good actor.
He's only really ever been in The Walking Dead, and he was in like a romance movie.
He was in like Love Actually or whatever.
Yeah, and that's like the only thing he's ever done is those two things.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll give him a chance. I won't judge him until I see him in the role. But if he fucks it up, I'm fucking going after him.
What would you do if Norman Reedus was cast as Moon Knight?
Normally, I'm not watching the show. And I would boycott the fucking show because fuck Norman Reedus. He was in Blade 2. He was the worst part of Blade 2.
Was he in 2? I thought he was in 3 for some reason.
No, he's in Blade 2. He belongs in Blade 3 because Blade 3 is a fucking garbage fire. But he's in Blade 2, which sucks. He's in that new video game, and I don't want to get that game simply because of him, and I don't like him. I don't like Norman Reedus. I don't like him or his greasy hair.
I'd be completely fine if Andrew Lincoln, because I knew Andrew Lincoln said he wanted to be in a Star Wars film. Like, I don't want you in Star Wars. I don't know why. I just don't want you in Star Wars.
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't. Anybody can really play Moon Knight. Moon Knight doesn't necessarily have to be like the most like, oh, it's got to be this guy specifically. I personally wanted Jake Gyllenhaal just because Jake Gyllenhaal is good at playing crazy people. But I mean, put anybody under the mask as long as the Moon Knight suit looks like Moon Knight. I don't really give a shit. I was gonna say
they'll probably he'll be in the mask most of the time, anyways. I would
because he's mostly in the costume.
Yeah,
majority of the time anyway.
So I think if you're going for, you don't go for a big star because they're going to want a lot of FaceTime. You go for somebody who's not going to care about FaceTime that much.
Do you think though they'll pull a Deadpool and like animate the eyes?
I don't see, like they did it with Spider-Man, so they
did it, but they made it like realistic or whatever. Do you think they'll just go full blown and be like, oh, his eyes move?
I think they would. I mean, I don't know why not. Awesome. I don't know why not. They have the budget to. They could do it.
I think that'd be totally fucking cool.
I say go for it.
Go for it. Go for it, Disney.
Or you think they just won't have his eyes animated at all, and they'll just be like a mask?
It'll be a mistake. Don't do that.
It'll just be a mask.
Because he needs to emote a little bit if he's going to wear the mask most of the time.
Really want to know how deep into Moon Knight they're going to go. Like, are they really gonna like do the Egyptian moon god crap and stuff like
Are
that?
Are they gonna do the weird side story where Moon Knight like goes to Los Angeles and like becomes like a movie producer or whatever?
Yeah,
That'd be awesome if they did.
How deep into comic lore are they going with Moon Knight? That's what I
don't
need
know.
to know.
I'm excited for the show because they can go fucking anywhere.
They could.
They can do fucking anything. And hopefully they actually do something and they don't just be like, oh, let's just make him Moon Knight and let's have him punch bad guys and shit.
They could. That's all my Marvel news, though.
Let's get into DC news because I don't have any Marvel news.
DC, I got
the only shit that I care about.
I got 3. I'm sure you have all 3 of these.
I probably will. What are your 3?
Michael B. Jordan pitched a Superman movie to Warner Brothers.
Yeah, the big news that everyone's losing their mind about is that Michael B. Jordan apparently has had meetings with WB about Superman.
Didn't he do this a couple years ago though?
No, there was a rumor I think last year that Warner Brothers wanted a black Superman, or there was like talks that they wanted like a black Superman movie, and Michael B. Jordan was like rumored to be Superman or whatever. It was never official, and this is still not official. People are just losing their fucking minds over it. But I mean, like he'd be a fine Superman if he wasn't already 2 comic book characters already. Like I think, and I know there is a black Superman, the Calvin Ellis Superman, and he kind of looks like that Superman a little bit, and I'm sure he could fucking knock it out of the park because it's Michael B. Jordan. But it's like, just get somebody else. If you're gonna do Calvin Ellis Superman, get like Idris Elba, or get like Morris Chestnut, or get like somebody else.
I mean, has it actually been confirmed that he went and talked about a DC property? Like he could have just talked to me.
No, it's been confirmed that he went specifically and had meetings about a Superman movie.
Okay, because I was gonna say
it's not like official, and he's not like officially cast, but he's had meetings about possibly making a movie.
I can see he's talking to people, but that doesn't mean Warner Brothers can do anything with Superman. It's a touchy territory for them right now for some reason.
For some reason their main priority is like, we're not gonna really focus on a Superman movie. Fuck him.
Fuck Superman.
Fuck Superman. Or the most iconic character in all of like pop culture. Just fuck him, I guess.
I think they just hate Henry Cavill, and they're just like, we're trying to weed him out. We're trying to wait for him.
Just strange, but
maybe he's bad on set or something. I don't know.
But he's not.
When does the Witcher come out? I forgot about it.
It comes out the end of this year, I think, in like December sometime.
A couple weeks then. December is in 2 days. So.
Yeah, it comes out in 2 days.
2 days, holy shit. So I'm ready to watch.
I think it's a couple weeks from now.
I'm ready to watch that. I'm ready for some fantasy shit.
I am too. I want to watch the fuck out of that.
Anything else you want to say about Michael B. Jordan?
No, I mean he needs to stop making comic movies. Where the fuck is Creed 3?
I know. I want Creed 3.
Well, that's your Superman movie, Michael B. Jordan. Jesus Christ.
I wouldn't be upset though if they came out and was like, yeah, he's gonna be Superman. I'd be like, okay.
I'd be fine with it. If he was Clark Kent, I'd have a little issue with it, not because he's black, but just because he doesn't have like he doesn't scream Clark Kent. But if they were like, hey, we're gonna do a Joker-ish movie that's just like a one-off Calvin Ellis Superman movie, I'd be totally fine with that, because you can do that now. Now that Joker has come out and proved that you can just make movies, just make a Calvin Ellis Superman movie in like a different universe, and then if you want to later cross him over with Henry Cavill or whatever, you can totally do that.
What if they cast him as Hal Jordan? That's not Superman, obviously, but
I mean, he'd probably be the best interpretation of Hal Jordan, because Hal Jordan's a big dumb idiot, and Michael B. Jordan is actually like kind of charismatic and fun.
I don't know. We'll see.
Tom Cruise is technically cast as Hal Jordan.
Was he?
He was. That movie's never going to happen, but he was cast as Hal Jordan.
Why do people keep casting Tom Cruise in their cinematic universe?
I don't know. They haven't learned their lesson.
He's too old. You don't make a cinematic universe around Tom Cruise.
He's too old, and he's going to make the entire cinematic universe about him.
Exactly.
So like, don't do that.
He's too old. He can stay with his Mission Impossible franchise.
Yeah, that's totally fine, because that is about him. Like,
it's not about Mission Impossible. It's about Tom.
No, it's about Tom Cruise doing cool Tom Cruise stuff.
He just does whatever the fuck he wants. He's like, oh, I'm going to jump out of an airplane. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, exactly. That's fine.
I'm going to go to space. Yeah, I'm going to do it.
There was a funny. I saw a meme someone put out when he was cast as Green Lantern. He was like, it was fake, obviously, but they put out like a quote from Tom Cruise, and it was like, yeah, I'm so interested in playing Green Lantern. But we're actually going to go to space, and I'm actually going to meet the Green Lanterns, and I'm actually going to do all this stuff. And I'm like, I honestly wouldn't put it past Tom Cruise if he actually would say some shit like that.
I'll put as much money as I can to do this for real.
I'll be the first midget in space.
You really hate on Tom Cruise's height
He's
so much.
He's a little midget boy. He's a little short boy. He'd be a good Wolverine because he's a little fucking short midget,
He's
man.
too old.
Wolverine can be old. I want an older Wolverine.
Like Tom Cruise is gonna start aging here soon, and then that's not gonna look well for Wolverine.
That Scientology water is gonna run out.
It is that magic stuff he puts on his face. It's gonna be gone here.
It looks like Steve Rogers at the end of Endgame.
Oh shit! 120.
So like Clint Eastwood.
My next piece of news. I know you saw this earlier. The Batman spin-off movies. Penguin, Riddler, and Catwoman.
This needs to stop. For one, they announced that the Batman was going to be a trilogy already before the script was even written and before there was anyone even cast or attached to it. That shit needs to stop. But now they're saying that, like, oh, if it does well, we'll do spin-offs. Wait until this movie comes out and see if it's good before you just start announcing stuff.
I blame the Joker for this.
I do too, in a way.
The Joker succeeded so well. They're like, okay, so they're doing a Disney.
They're villain movies.
They're doing a Disney, and it's stuck. And they're like, okay, let's beat this until it's dead. Let's do it. Like, who wants a movie about just the Riddler?
I mean, you could make, like, I think a Catwoman solo movie honestly could be pretty interesting. And I think maybe a Penguin movie could be kind of cool. We don't necessarily need to say Riddler because, like, he's just some crazy guy with riddles. But, like, we don't need these. It's like, I'm not dying for a Catwoman movie. Sorry, feminists, but I'm not dying for a Catwoman movie. We had a Catwoman movie in 2004 and it sucked.
Do a short film if you're gonna like do something.
Do short films. Do animated stuff. There was that one Catwoman animated thing that they put out with the animated Year One movie, and it was great because it was just like 2 minutes. Put it out. Like, Catwoman, again, Catwoman's not that interesting of a character. She really isn't. Her whole thing is she's hot and she likes to kind of flirt with Batman. That's it.
Did they make a Catwoman at one point movie?
Like I just said, with Halle Berry, and it was awful. And it wasn't even like, it wasn't Selena Kyle. It was just some weird version of Catwoman.
Obviously, they didn't learn their lesson.
No, they haven't.
If these actually get greenlit, I'm gonna be a little upset.
Well, I mean, like, I don't care because any movie has the potential to be good. It's like, can we just make one movie?
See, okay, you say every movie has potential to be good, which is true. But like when they announced Birds of Prey, me and you were like, "This is going to be shit," and it still looks like shit.
We knew it was going to be shit because it was connected to the DCEU, which is a mess of a franchise already. But like, if you're starting new from scratch, like the Riddler movie, you could make a really like interesting. Like if they made it kind of like Seven, in a way, like where he's just like making all these traps and people are like, what the fuck? That could be really interesting, and you can make it kind of dark and kind of spooky and weird and stuff. We just don't need it. And also, we don't know if this movie's good yet. Wait until this movie comes out and see how people like it before you just start announcing stuff. This is insane. This is the problem that DC had with when they announced all of their movies for the DCEU, and then Batman vs Superman came out and they were like, oh fuck, and they just had to like redo everything. This is the exact same thing that they're doing. They're just announcing all this stuff, and then one movie's going to come out and it's going to bomb and everyone's going to shit on it and they're going to have to rethink everything. So it's like, just wait until the movie comes out and see if people like it before you start announcing stuff.
I was going to say, like, the Batman could be shit. You never know.
It could be. It totally has the potential to be the worst Batman movie of all time.
Warner Brothers has hit and miss movies with DC's right now.
They do.
Like, okay, like Aquaman was financially a success, but I thought that was a trash movie.
Yeah, most people were kind of just like whatever about it. Like, I didn't hate it, but I was just like, oh, whatever. Like,
Wonder Woman was a success, but it was
Wonder
boring.
Woman sucked.
It was boring. Suicide Squad was a success.
They make successful movies, but they don't make good movies.
No. And then they saw that with Shazam. Shazam dipped hard.
And that was the only one that was like great across the board. Like everyone saw it and was like, yeah, that's great. And then nobody went out and saw it.
And then I think Joker was just an anomaly because it's Joker. People are
I think it did well because it was Joker, and Joker's got a huge.
It's a name recognition thing.
Yeah,
but if you release a movie about Black Manta,
Black Manta R-rated, and they'd be like, "Who the fuck is this?
Fuck is this? Is this Marvel?
Is this a Marvel movie? Marvel needs to stop."
Yeah, like, or if like do you think a Lex Luthor movie would be name recognition?
I think a Lex Luthor movie would do really well, and it could be fucking great if you do it properly, but I just don't want it. I'm not, of all the DC characters that you could turn into a movie, it's like, why Lex Luthor? We've seen like 17 Lex Luthors. Do something different.
They don't want to do anything new. They don't want to make a cool Green Lantern movie, which could be really fun, to be honest.
They announced one.
I know they did, but they don't want to do it.
They said they were going to make it like a buddy cop movie. And I'm like, that is exactly what you do with that character. Have multiple Green Lanterns in it and have it be like a fun space cop movie. Like, that would be fucking awesome. Make it like Training Day, but with space cops.
Be amazing.
That'd be awesome. And put Denzel in it as well.
They teased it in Justice League. There were Green Lanterns in that movie.
There's a lot of stuff in Justice League that we're never ever going to see.
Justice League is the end of the DCU. It's the end.
Well, no, it's still going.
But it's the end for me.
It's the beginning of the end.
It's the end for me. And then my last piece of news. Birds of Prey is rated R, which we already knew, but James Gunn's Suicide Squad
is Birds of Prey rated R?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
It is. It's rated R. But that's James Gunn's Suicide Squad is officially rated R now.
Is it officially? Because I saw reports saying that it could be. I don't know if it's official.
I think it was officially announced. It may not be, but I've heard that it.
I mean, it'd be cool if it was. But again, going back to what we just talked about, I feel like this is a major gut reaction from Joker, where they're just like, let's just make everything rated R. And it's like, I'm fine with rated R movies, and I think more comic book movies should be rated R, but don't just do it because this movie over here did it and it was successful. Like, do it if the script calls for it. If James Gunn made a really awesome script that happened to be rated R, then sure, make it rated R. But if you're just like, it needs to be rated R now, so let's just throw a bunch of R-rated shit into it, that's bad.
They're just gonna throw like 3 fucks in there, and then be like, okay, it's rated R. Done.
That's probably what they're gonna do. We're gonna see Margot Robbie's ass.
Probably.
It's rated R because that's all that matters in these Suicide Squad movies.
I think it'd be. I think this is rumored. It may not be official because I think it'd be really weird if they just made this rated R after the first one was PG-13 and it did so well financially.
Well, I mean, isn't this one like sort of like a soft reboot?
It is, but still, it's gonna have the name recognition from 3 or 4 years ago when the.
I mean, I think a dark R-rated Suicide Squad movie, honestly.
That's how the first one should have been.
Because if you go back and watch the Comic-Con trailer for the first one, it looked like it was going to be like a darker, kind of more fucked up character piece. And then the rest of the trailers were just like, oh, let's just have Queen music everywhere and it's fun. And so I think if James Gunn made a really kind of, he's going to make a more comedic movie, obviously. But like if you made kind of a dark comedy type thing, like that could be totally fucking cool. And I'd be totally okay with that. It's just a shame that we can't get an R-rated Guardians movie because I think that would be awesome as well.
I don't know how I'd feel about that.
I mean, not like, I don't want them saying like fuck left and right, but like they could go the extra mile. Because like in Guardians 2, when they're like, oh, Guardians of the freaking Galaxy, I'm like, just say fuck. Like, Jesus.
They could drop
James Gunn say fuck.
They could drop one. It's just I don't know if Disney would allow it.
Exactly. That's the biggest problem holding Guardians back right now is Disney. It's like, just let them say it because it sounds better than frickin'.
I don't know.
What a bunch of a-holes. Just say asshole. Jesus.
Just say asshole.
We know what you're saying when you say a-hole. Just say it.
They say dick in the first.
Yeah, they say dick constantly in both of them.
But they can't say asshole.
Asshole, I guess.
Dick is worse, to be honest, than asshole.
Penises and bulging penises and shit.
Like if my kid was just like, "Hey, what's a dick?" But like.
Yeah, I feel like your kid would know what an asshole is for one.
Like, what's an asshole? But like, it's your butt. But like, if you're like a little girl, it's like, what's a dick? But I
can picture you in the theater right now watching a movie with like a child, and he just turns to you and go, "Hey, Devin, what's a dick?" And you're just like, how do I explain this?
Should I explain this? It's like, come on, like.
Yeah, I mean I
understand not throwing the F-bomb in there, right? Like I get that.
What F-bomb? Spider-Man ends. Both of those movies end with F-bombs, sort of.
They cut it. They don't
just have an F-bomb. It's God forbid. Kids are saying fuck left and right. God forbid they hear a fuck.
I was gonna say, I'm sure 6-year-olds are saying it to each other on Call of Duty or something.
Yeah, all the time. They're calling each other faggots and gay and everything. Like kids swear more than adults do.
I probably do.
I don't think a parent is gonna run out of the theater if a movie ends with Spider-Man saying "fuck" and be like, "Oh man, this isn't for kids," I think they'll be totally fine with it.
And if you don't believe us, go on a GTA server and just listen to everybody talking. There's so many little kids
screaming at each other.
Yeah, there's so many little kids just screaming and yelling at each other.
Insane.
It is. That's all my DC news though. So whatever.
I think you pretty much have all my DC news. Oh, speaking of the Batman, this news came out right after we finished filming last week's episode. John Turturro has been cast as Carmine Falcone.
I sent this to you right after.
You did.
I was like, it was like 20 minutes after we get it.
It was.
And we were like, damn it. I think this is awesome casting, to be honest, because I actually really like him, and I think he'd be awesome.
I like John Turturro. He gets kind of a bad rep because he's in like a lot of dumb shit, and he was in those Transformers movies. But when he's in good stuff, he's really fucking good.
I like him as this casting.
I could totally see him like as a crime boss, like in a suit, being Carmine Falcone and shit. Yeah. I could totally see that. I think it's awesome.
It's getting too jammed though. This movie.
No, I mean I don't think Carmine Falcone is gonna have like a big part. I think he'll be like he was in Batman Begins, where he's just kind of like there, because he was in Batman Begins and he was just kind of like, hey, I'm here, blah. Because we already have 3 villains. Maybe Carmine Falcone like hires them to go kill Batman or something. Like that's probably the extent of it.
He's the kingpin of Batman.
Probably. He basically is. Yeah.
I don't know, but I like this casting, and I like Andy Serkis as Alfred for some reason. So I'm excited. All these castings so far have been spot on. So. They've
been pretty good, except for Colin Farrell as Penguin. I think that's a little weird.
I'm okay with it.
That's a little fucking weird. Ever since Gotham made Penguin skinny, that's just everyone's been doing that now. Like, no, he's Penguin because he's a fat man.
They could put Jared Leto's Joker in it. You never know. It's right around the corner.
Don't do that. Don't put the Joker anywhere near this movie. Like, let's have new villains.
He'll be in the 3rd one.
Don't do that. You can reference him. Just don't. I don't want to see his fucking face.
Put freaking Robin, a good Robin in it.
I want to see Nightwing.
Get Tom Holland as Robin.
Don't get Tom Holland as Robin. He could have been a cool Robin if he wasn't already Spider-Man.
I was gonna say I don't think Sony would let that happen.
It'll be one of those fucking Stranger Things kids as Robin.
Oh shit! It'll be Jaden Smith. He'll come out of retirement.
God. No, if he's gonna be Robin, make him fucking Jason Todd, so you can just kill him off and never see him ever again. Don't make him Red Hood. Just kill him.
Get Shia LaBeouf as Robin.
Shia LaBeouf's too old. He could be a good Nightwing.
Who's your perfect Robin? Who would you cast?
I don't know, because I don't know young actors. Are we talking like how young is this Robin that we're talking about?
16.
Is he like on his way to becoming Nightwing, or is he like he just became Robin?
Like he's on his way. Like he's like 15, 16 or something.
I don't know any like kids.
Teenagers.
I don't know any fucking teenage actors.
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield's like 35.
He played a teenager in Spider-Man.
He did, but that was 10 years ago.
Tobey Maguire.
Sure.
He also played a teenager in Spider-Man.
Let's get Tobey Maguire and put him in the fucking Robin suit. He's 45 now.
That'd be fantastic. I would go see it for that.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of people would.
I think Andy Serkis was secretly cast as Robin.
Put Andy Serkis in a Robin suit and then just CG him to make him look like a little boy.
Just mocap him.
Exactly. He could do it.
He'd be fine with that.
Be totally okay with that.
That's all my news.
I think I have one more. I have 2 more. The Flash movie apparently is still happening.
I don't believe that.
And it won't shoot until 2021.
No, fuck this. It's not
bullshit. This is not happening.
Not happening.
And I think they set these release dates like they did the same thing with Black Adam, where they're like, oh, it's shooting in 2021. I think they're doing that just to kind of give themselves some leeway, because if they said it was going to shoot like next year, then people will be like, all right, it's next year. When the fuck is it shooting? It's like they're setting these like 2-3 years in advance. So it's like, if we hear news that, oh, it's not happening, they don't have to like hear shit from anybody. This isn't happening.
The Flash is supposed to be out already, wasn't it? It was
supposed to be out like a year or 2 ago.
Exactly.
It was supposed to be Flashpoint also.
It's been pushed back so many times.
And now it's just going to be just some random one-off Flash movie.
Which no one cares about. No one cares about the Flash.
I mean, the Flash is a cool character. I've heard the show is great. People really love the show, and the Flash is a cool character.
the show is so recent, people are gonna be like, why the fuck should I go see a movie about the Flash?
And the show's still going.
Exactly.
So, like, I don't know.
It's not happening, so it doesn't matter.
I don't think it's happening. And speaking of movies that aren't happening, producers of Black Adam say that Superman could show up.
I think this movie may actually happen.
I don't believe for a goddamn second that this movie's
just
happening.
because The Rock is involved with this.
I don't believe it. Do you realize The Rock has been cast?
I know.
As long as Ben Affleck. And that was back in like 2013.
I know.
He's been cast for like almost like 7 years now.
The Rock is the biggest actor in Hollywood. Literally. Like literally he's the biggest.
Well, yeah, like physically, yeah.
And he makes like the most money per year per actor.
You think they would this would be their main priority.
Exactly. That's why I think this may actually happen. Compared to Flash.
It's taking so fucking long though.
I don't know. Maybe they're trying to make it perfect.
Yeah, sure.
They got other shit they gotta do, like Baby Driver 2.
Why wasn't he Shazam then? If they want to make a big deal out of it, why wasn't he the post-credit scene of Shazam? Jesus Christ.
Rock was busy.
Busy doing what?
I don't know. What came out at the beginning of this year that had The Rock in it?
Nothing, exactly.
He's working on Jumanji.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw.
He was too busy with Hobbs and Shaw to put on a dumb suit and stand for a day.
Yeah.
And just look at a camera and be like, and do that eyebrow thing into the camera.
I don't know how he does that. I can't do it.
You can't do the eyebrow thing?
No, I can't. I can't control my eyebrows. They did their minds.
I can't do it as cool as The Rock. But I can kind of do it.
He can like raise his like up to his forehead and like all the way.
He's got like big ass fucking eyebrows that go all the way up here. He's got that Jack Nicholson syndrome where he just has weird eyebrows.
Jack Nicholson's eyebrows are insane. Okay, nobody has eyebrows like Jack Nicholson.
Those are the spookiest thing in The Shining.
Is that all your news? That's all you got?
That is all the news.
All right, I think that's the end of the 20th episode.
The first and only 20th episode of the Real Duo podcast.
Fun fact of the day.
Fun fact of the day. Do not fucking eat a lot of food because then you get a tummy ache.
I think you've had that fact before on this.
I have, but it's a fact that I live by. But I, for some reason, keep doing it because I have a fucking tummy ache right now.
My fun fact of the day is Flash isn't happening. That's my fun fact of the day.
I mean, it's not.
So it's a fact. So
it's a fact.
There you go.
Come at us, Ezra Miller, you Jew.
Come at us, Warner Bros.
Jewish?
I have no idea. I don't know.
I think he's Jewish. I don't want to call him a Jew if he's not Jewish.
He probably isn't. You just called him a Jew, and now you're a racist. Or you're not racist because it's not
anti-Semitic.
You're prejudiced.
Well, I mean, technically, Jew is a race. Technically,
no, it's
so
not. It's
some
not
people no. Some people consider it a race.
It's a religion. It's not a race.
That's a different argument for a different time.
It's not a race.
If you look it up, some people consider it a race.
I don't care what some people consider it. It's not a race.
I agree, but I don't want to like piss everybody off.
Well, I will. I don't care. It's not a race. People fight.
That's the end.
Yeah, right there. That's the end.
Us screaming about Jews.
Screaming about Jews.